Hey everybody. So this is Sally Griffin, aka Millionaire Yogi, and I am on to my 13 moons, the year of 13 moons, which was actually many years ago. It's a film by Werner Fassbinder when I was studying in film school, the year of 13 moons. So it's even a film title. But it's outstanding, and I want to just remind you why it's outstanding. That normally you would have every year would have a moon a month. So we have 12 moons in the year. And the number 12 has always been associated in a very interesting way with, there's 12 signs in the zodiac, there's 12 disciples to Jesus. It goes on, right? And I could go on and on about it, but I'll just leave you with those two. And that a traditional ancient goddess number was 13. And why 13? Because when it shows up, and the moon has always pretty much been associated with the goddess and fertility and cycles of life and death, as we know. And when you've got a year of 13 moons, it's very highlighted that it's a year of the goddess. And so we're looking at a year of divine feminine. And we knew that even before we came into this, that it would be. And I want to give you a symbol for this one because we've got moon in Libra. And this is Nike. You know the shoes, the running shoes, but look at who she is. This is the real Nike. And to me, she's a kind of representation of Libra. You know, this balance. It's all about the moon balancing. It's very feminine and it's very into relationships, this moon. And I've just had a massive clearing with a very good friend of mine. So it was like, you know, now we are rebalanced. So I don't know if any of you feel at all that you've been being out of balance because of probably a bit of the corona stress, I would say. You know, we're taking it on. Dana, Libra is your zodiac sign. Yeah. And it's, you know, all zodiac signs have their beauty. All of them do. That's what's so amazing about them. But there's something with Libra that is, it's always the one of relationships. And so they may be highlighted right now, that you feel somehow that your relationships maybe need a bit of nourishment, nurturing, rebalancing. So I'll ask you, do any of you feel a little bit out of whack with relationships at all? Hey, Laura, darling. Lovely to see you. I'm just going to give a different view so I can see who's here. Alora's my one of my oldest friends. I don't want to say it like that, but she is. We met in a toilet at a gig, at her gig, years ago, and here we are, still very good friends. So you're out of balance is self-care. Have you been working so much? Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to hear from people. What is the balancing piece that's out for you? For me, I was feeling like a few relationships were out of balance. I actually feel, strangely enough, that I'm even more in balance with certain relationships, like my parents, because I've taught them Zoom, and I used to phone once a week on the landline on a Sunday. And that was my experience with my parents. But now it's every day pretty much we're in touch. So it's even more in balance. It's been amazing. And Sue's saying, what would balance look and feel like? Well, all I can say is that when you feel balanced, there is nothing to do. There is nowhere to go. There's just everything is attended to. It's like a gardener. You're just, you know, you're trimming a few plants here, you're digging a bit here, you're planting some seeds there. There's just this balance in nature that is completely balanced. So does anybody particularly feel out of balance? Hey, Tina, lovely to see you. Patty, you can't tell what's up and down right now. So you feel really out of balance then. Marie, you're saying you're more frustrated about your marriage a few days back. Yeah. And it's all recalculating for Patty. Yeah, no, I get it. And isn't it funny that some moons really bring this to the forefront? That it's just like there's an urgency. For me, after a while of working with the moons, first of all, you work with the moons and then they work with you. I know Diana knows all about that, but I find there are moments when I'm doing things and I think, oh my God, it's the moon again. I've been on this cycle and all of a sudden there's a need for something else to happen in the cycle. Alora, you're very connected to close friends and your daughters right now. That's amazing. You feel like you're back in Hackney, going to the market, making meals, spending lots of time at home, love being at home. And Sylvia's feels like she's recalibrating her life. And then Michelle, you felt it last night by 8 p.m. Very balanced after a bit of stressful, overwhelming day. You felt right as rain. Great. And then Tina, you feel out of balance due to COVID. Woke up feeling overwhelmed with sadness and all the deaths. At the same time, connecting with friends and family often. And this is Robin on your hubby's Zoom. Woo! You're taking over his Zoom. You're more up and down. Some days okay, some bad. Today okay-ish. And Shona, you feel like your life is recalibrating and things are beginning to unfold just as they should. And relations are coming into balance. So, there's more. Jimena feels out of balance in your relationship with yourself. Okay. And Sue, you've been reaching out to friends and connecting with them more than you have in the past. Yeah, me too. Christine, I feel like I've had to let go of certain relationships to keep in balance. Yeah. So we're all at this state where we get to, the spring equinox was a pivot point of balance as well. It was the time when dark and light, day and night are equal. We have 2 points in the year that happens. And we're very near to one of those points. It was March 21st. Actually, I think it was 2 days earlier this year. But, technically you can always go the 21st of March is the spring equinox. And equinox means equilibrium. So day and night are equal. They're the same number of hours in the day and the night. And we're very near to that point. And the other time, of course, is the autumn equinox, when you feel the day of night. Now this one, we've just tipped into the light. And I know for me personally, the difference in the evenings in England is just, it's glorious. It's like what has been a dark time for me to even do this timing. And I look out and it's pitch black afterwards. Now it's just amazing. So English evenings into the summer, we've tipped into the light now. So we're going towards the light. And I want to read you a little bit from one of my favorite books about this particular moon. So the favorite book is Wild Witches Don't Get the Blues. It's a hilarious title and I love it. Wild Witches Don't Get the Blues. And it's Astrology, Rituals and Healing by Fiona Morgan. Fiona with double F. It's the Welsh spelling. Fiona, I joke about it, but Fiona. So the moon in Libra is all about eye balance. That's its statement. And this transit concerns cooperation, harmony, focuses on relationships, fine artistic pursuits. When the moon is in Libra, you might enjoy attending an art gallery opening. Well, not with Corona, but in your mind. You might like to attend a gallery opening or the opera in your mind, or spending time taking your partner to dinner in your kitchen, right? Because everything is so localized now. Actually, my assistant, Melissa, it was hilarious. She said to me, "Oh, I just want you to know I'm taking Easter long weekend." And I went, "Oh, great, where are you going?" And she went, "Like my garden." Because of course we're all on lockdown. It's hilarious. So it's all about partnership activity and it will be highlighted. Now, women or men who are not in a relationship may crave a partnership right now. I don't know if anybody relates to that one. I certainly do. When I got shut down in the Corona moment, I suddenly became aware of what a hermit I am. Like I do so much work online and I reach out to all of you guys. So I feel like, oh, I've got, hundreds of friends out there. I don't feel lonely. But then all of a sudden I was thinking, now that they cut off the two things that I most love, which is going to yoga in a studio and going for a matcha latte, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually living a life where I'm a total hermit. How am I going to meet a man at this time? And I have activated that. I've actually decided to go ahead with somebody who, Michelle, wherever you are, darling, your matchmaker, and I have been having a chat. And because I thought, well, what better time to create a relationship? Actually, it will get the courtship back on the plate rather than just let's get it on, right? Which is what Tinder and all the swipe, I love you, I don't love you, you're ugly, I don't, you know, all of that. So I can't stand it. So I am actually going forward towards a relationship in this time of Corona isolation. So ladies who are not in a relationship may crave a partnership, but you also may feel a little bit alone or lonely. That may be coming up for you right now. Be aware of superficial bonding just to ease the pain of aloneness, you know, where you just fill in with whatever. Moon in Libra is a nice time to throw a party online, party online. So here we are. And everyone will be extremely social and try to please and flatter others. During a ritual, it is important to balance within the structure, celebrate, have a party ritual, but also leave time for healing work. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. We want to celebrate. I'm just looking at Tina's. You're just saying at your last virtual dinner, a few of the women on the call decided to get together to work on their online dating profiles and get advice about which site to use. Right on. And this is good. You know, we are having to think outside the box right now. It is so apparent that all the languaging that we've had before about the new earth or the Aquarian age, or, you know, I'm sure you felt some resistance about the way the earth is working, and it doesn't work for all, right? It just has not worked for all. Business doesn't work for all. There are people being left out. And now we're having to look at what it looks like to work for all. And it's going to rejig, you know, it will never go back to the same. It can't. There's been so many things that we've needed to shift and adjust, and now we get that pause to do it. So there's tons of positivity, but just like actually on the Sole Reason You're Here, the event that I was part of on the weekend, I'm running, James Sean Blakely was saying that, you know, whenever you have a birth going on like this towards another phase, there's a bit of an ugly phase in it, and I would consider that to be a bit like a larva. You know, larvas are not that attractive, bless them. But by the time they become a butterfly, they're magnificent. So right now you might be in a bit of a larval stage, feeling like you're moving towards this relationship, either with yourself, with somebody else, finding balance. And so today what we're going to do is I'm going to help you bring yourself into balance. And it's a very artistic moon as well. So Libra rules the arts, and Librans are known to be very aesthetically attuned. So they have beautiful things around them, and they dress really well, and they're always looking great online. So, you know, I don't know if you relate to that, but for me, there's a part of me which is so aesthetic. It's like one of the highest frequencies for me. Like I need to have beauty in my life. And Libra is very, very, very much about beauty and art. So, Alora, you're so ready for a good, healthy, great communicator, sexy man. I'm with you, sister. Hopefully not the same one. I'm wondering, do we need to meld down in order to be reborn as butterflies? I think there are things that you have to come to terms with about your personality, if you like, which is, it's not your soul. Your soul is vast, unwavering, beautiful energy, it's frequency. When it comes into a body, it's dealing with personality as well. And some of the things that that body condition gives you, right? Soul is free, unlimited, endless, timeless. Body is limited, timeless, of a certain structure. And there's a slight disconnect when we're trying to take us up to the next level. that sometimes the body, the awareness, the brain patterns, they don't naturally, they're stuck in a rut, basically. We get very stuck in ruts, and just because familiarity is familiar doesn't mean it's good. You know, it's just familiar. So I think we are capable of all becoming butterflies. And I saw one today. I was walking on Hampstead Heath, which is the one area that we can go to. And I saw a butterfly, and I felt very much it was the symbol for today, that we actually are releasing butterflies all the time now. The stress factor is something that daily you're going to have to find a way to deal with. For me, my stress goes away very much when I breathe and when I go into nature. And I have access because I have a garden. So I go and I just, you know, just land. But whatever it is, right now we're being asked to, that's probably a bit of the ugly stuff, because I don't watch the news. I still get to hear the freaking death count every day. Every day I hear about it, because either somebody sends it to me or they'll send me a little piece of the news or something. I don't want this information, but obviously I'm receiving it. And we do know that there are a number of large groups of souls leaving the planet right now. And to not in any way discount that. But all lives are good lives. You know, all lives are good lives, as long as they are. Some are shorter, some are longer. Many of the people who are leaving now, it's making a choice for you. If you are elderly, my mum was saying this, and she said, don't tell anyone I said this, because she's a doctor. And she is quite hilarious in her brusque way of seeing the world. But she said, you know, there are many people who are put in old age homes. They expect to live 3 months, and they're going into severe dementia, or, you know, the worst ways that none of us want to be. And Corona is just clearing that out. And she said, I don't want to sound unsympathetic, but when you hear about some of the, you know, the old age homes that are, yeah, that's who's getting affected immediately. It's like no choice. They are just being moved on to their next cycle of incarnation. And so we can bless them as they go, but that is very unsettling for us, as we feel like our mortality, is it being threatened? What's happening? And that's one of the main things that's out of balance right now. And we just have to surrender to it, you know? Part of it, I think, if this was my last day on earth, has it been a good day? It's like, yes, it has. And that's kind of the best frequency you can bring to bear on what's going on right now. Have you said the things that you need to say to everybody that you love? I've told everybody that I love them. I frequently say that, but ask yourself that. Have you actually told all your friends and family that you love them? Have you had a dispute going on for a long time that you need to just get off it now and just move to a higher level with it? You know, you don't have to resolve the whole thing, but you could do just the basic. The basic is a little text. Hey, I love you. You know, that's it. You don't have to resolve the whole issue. And right now we need to be like that, like clearing. So I'd like to take you into the meditation now, or activation. If anybody needs a pee, it's a good time. I always give you the escape route if you need it. And for everybody else, I want you to just come into a comfortable seated place. Alora, I love you too with all my heart. You're one of my best friends. I wish you were over here. So take a deep breath in and exhale. And another deep breath in and exhale. And one more of those. Deep breath in and exhale. And as you do a body scan, as you're just breathing now, I want you to just feel into your body and allow yourself to feel any areas of constriction, any worry, any tightness, any fear, any resentment, any unspoken truths. As we do this body scan, I'd like you to now focus on that area. You might have multiple areas, but start to breathe very clearly into that area. See it as a cellular structure, that area, like a fuzzy frequency. And start to send bright energy into that area, sending clear spring light into that area. And then start to breathe with every cell in your body. So rather than just your lungs, which have huge capacity and you can feel them going in and out, now feel the possibility of breathing into every cell of your body as if they're enlarging and shrinking. As they breathe in, they get larger. As they breathe out, they're a bit like a jellyfish. They're moving. They're experiencing this kind of shift of consciousness. And as you do so, allow yourself to see your whole body at the same frequency. You may have a sense of a color with this. There may be a particular color that's resonating with you. So take note and then allow that to spread through every cell in your body. And so find yourself on the top of this beautiful mountain. And you can see on one side, there's a huge view off into the distance, many, many mountains. And you see the valleys and the rivers in between. It's somewhere that is just vast. And you find yourself there looking up at twilight, at this beautiful full moon coming up over the horizon. And as you do so, you start to attune every cell in your body to the rays that are coming off the moon. So rather than breathing in the fresh spring energy now, you're breathing in the spring moonlight. And as you feel the rush or the wave, it's a soft wave because this is a super feminine moon. And you feel the energy of feminine coming in. Invite it in. And notice with it, even the saying of the word feminine, it's got no hard edges. Everything about it is soft and fluid. And it starts to move in you in a clockwise direction, like a circular kind of inner whirlpool. You feel that it's creating almost like a vortex within the center of you. The point, the lower point of what looks like almost a tornado shape of movement is down at the base chakra. And as it moves up through you, the top point is the crown chakra. And what you've got is this swirling mass of moonlight and feminine merging with the spring energy and your color and who you truly are. So we're going to allow ourselves to feel the feelings that have been out of balance. As you're standing looking over this incredibly beautiful view, I want you to allow those words or those feelings, you could name them, to come into the center of this vortex, to allow it to resonate around them. So for instance, we could all do a clearing right now on the coronavirus and the fear. If you're experiencing fear, allow that to go to the center of this vortex as it's moving around it, and feel the effect of it dissolving the hard edges of this fear with every breath you take. And then maybe there's some sadness. Put sadness into this vortex. Allow yourself to feel the goodbye to an old era. As we move on our journey from this larval state of birthing, it's a good time to say goodbye to some things. So anything you want to say goodbye to that maybe has a little tinge of sadness with it, allow that to go into this vortex, to be altered, to be moved around, owning the sadness. And then allow anything that's out of balance to come to mind. For instance, relationships, struggles, anything that's a dominant kind of energy that you can't crack, anything that you feel overwhelmed by. Allow it to come into this vortex, which is being moved by the energy of balance, the energy of feminine moonlight merging with every cell in your body. And then this vortex takes these things straight out of you, across the valleys. It moves like a tornado, taking them away from you, emptying the vessel. And you see this almost like a whirlwind whirlpool vision, leaving your body, moving out over this view that you've been looking at. And it goes off into the distance. So now we become aware that there is a pathway. Now that we are more empty, and as you turn to the left, you see a path starting to go down off of the mountain, and you're walking with bare feet. And the feeling of this path is as if it's been trod by 1,000 feet before. Familiar, easy. You have a gait as you're walking along and down. Super easy in your body, and you do feel emptier. You've allowed all of those energies to move off now. And as you come down the mountain and you're going round and round and down, you come to a certain place where you see an ancient stone circle. All the stones are crystalline white. And you know that this ancient circle has been a place that has been available to you for thousands of years. This is the place where tantric energy resides. And as you walk into the center of the stones, you experience the two sides of your body as completely different. The first side is the left, gathering up all the feminine in the left side of your body. Start to breathe life into that side of your body. You're in the center of a circle, surrounded by protection. And regardless of what your preference is in terms of partner, allow yourself to experience the left super feminine side of you, the feminine soul wave coming through you. And if you had to give yourself a vision, send that out into the center of the circle. This is the most feminine version of yourself. And then you feel the right side starting to activate. This is your masculine side. And as you experience it becoming all the things that you associate with the masculine, feel what that energy is like. Feel even what it feels like to hold it in the right side of your body. A super positive form of masculine energy coming forward. And get a sense of what that both feels like and looks like. And you send it to the center of the circle. You now have your masculine and feminine. And depending upon what your preference is in terms of love partners, you're going to create a tantric love making between these two. So you may need to see it in the same gender. You may need to see it in different genders. It is irrelevant. You want to work with the energy of one, working with the other energy, and imagine that they are making love. So how does your super feminine side experience when it's expressing fully everything that it needs to receive? This is the receiver side of you. And it may be that the receiver side needs to ask for something. So as you witness these two creations making love, experience what it's like to ask for something as that super feminine energy that is going to be completely receiving. Ask for what it needs. And allow that energy to just an awareness to be there. And then moving to the more masculine form. This is the energetic of giving, doing. See how it responds to the ideal of lovemaking. And what is it that it needs to either do or give? Witness what it's like to watch these two parts of your identity making love with one another. The sensual dance within the center of this sacred circle, both giving and receiving equal, balanced. And then imagine that the energetic of those two energies comes straight into the sacral chakra. So imagine them actually making love in your sacral chakra now. Breathe into this part. This is the area below the navel. So lower belly, womb space, if you're a woman. Imagine these two making love in your womb space, the source of all creation. Keep breathing. And then as you continue, allow these forms to move up to the solar plexus to make love in that area. This is the seat of power, of your empowerment. Notice if anything shifts as it moves from the seat of creation to the seat of power. Does one tend to take over more than the other? You can put your hand on your solar plexus. This is above the navel, below the breasts, and rub this area. And also feel that you're occupying the back of the space of the solar plexus, breathing into it. But this space is where these two creations are making love. And again, you can ask, is there anything that the feminine needs, invites, receives? And is there anything that the masculine needs to do or give at the area of the power center? We now move it up into the heart space. So breathe it between the breasts and imagine that these two energies are making love now in the heart space. Completely in harmony with one another, fueled by unconditional love. And then again, you can ask the question of each. Is there something that the masculine side needs to do or give in the heart space or the context of love? And equally, is there something that the feminine needs to receive, invite, and feel when there is true harmony of lovemaking at this level? This is pure creation. As if you could distill this into an energetic bowl, which has got two shades, silver and gold, merging together, flashing together in the heart space. Equal, balanced. Bring that energy into a gold and silver bowl. And now create an intention of equilibrium or balance and place it inside this gold and silver bowl, which is spinning continuously, moving all the time, spinning, 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 gathering the energy, something that you would like to wish for, you desire. And then we're going to do a 3-breath release of this. I'll explain how you work it. So we will be doing 3 slow breaths. And on the final exhale of the third, you are going to shoot that gold and silver bowl straight up through your crown chakra into galaxies with your intention. So get clear on your intention right now. The ultimate balancing wish. And then we'll start the breath work. So deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. And this is the one. So take a deep breath in, fueling that gold and silver bowl with energy. As you exhale, you release it like a slingshot all the way up through the crown chakra into galaxies, its outer atmosphere. Allow your consciousness to go up with this ball into this level of frequency where your intention is being heard at the level of source. And from high above, there is an explosion of light where this ball of energy has gone high above you, and there's a strong ray that is sent straight down from this, that energy has been received straight down into your crown. This golden ray coming all the way down now through the third eye, throat, into the heart, all the way down through the solar plexus, all the way down through the sacral chakra, and all the way down through the root chakra, and deep down into the earth, grounding and balancing you that your wish has been heard. And as you become aware, you're in this circle of ancient crystalline stones, and where the two were making love at the center, you now see a beautiful crystalline altar. As you walk nearer to the center of this circle, you see a tiny golden box. And as you open it, there are thousands of butterflies start to fly out of this box, filling the air, radiating pure joy. And you delight in this and see the incredible beauty that surrounds you. Some of them landing on the stones, some of them dancing in front of your eyes, some of them landing on your hands. And you start to swirl and swirl and swirl at the center of the circle, experiencing you at the heart, all these butterflies flying off in every direction. And you're spinning and spinning and spinning, laughing, dancing, playing, and just amazed at what you see. And finally, when you have outspun yourself, you come and fall to the ground in the center of this circle, and allow yourself to just lay on your back, looking up towards the beautiful sky, this indigo sky with the beautiful moon, full moon right above you, and thousands of butterflies flying up. So we're going to come back into the space now by rubbing your hands together. Rub, 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 rub. Placing your hands on your closed eyes. Breathe in and exhale. And again, rub, 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 rub. Place them over your closed eyes. Breathe in and exhale. And one more of those. Rub, 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 rub. Place them over your closed eyes. Breathe in and exhale. And then you can rub your face, rub your hair, rub your neck, throat. And coming back into this space. So would anybody like to unmute and just tell us what your experience was? How do you feel now? We've got some time to hear a few people.
I feel really balanced now, actually. I feel really calm and empowered. Really good. Thank
Great.
you.
It was very enjoyable. Thank you so much.
Oh, we have a man.
Yeah, my partner.
Sorry, you have a man in the house, indeed.
Where are you? I can't see you.
No, he's sat next to me.
Ah, well, I love having the men in the house. You know, I always work with a lot of women and a few good men.
Yay.
So, yeah, always. So it's so nice to
Thank you so much.
have that balance. Yeah, pleasure. Pleasure.
Enjoyed Sunday as well.
Oh, did you? Oh,
I was hiding behind the camera, yeah, as it were.
ah. Yeah. So anybody else, how did you experience that? So Dana's just saying you feel free, loved and complete. Marie,
Yeah,
you
it's
loved the
lovely to be
meditation.
in the mountains and have the crystal energy. Love that. Yeah, and the stone circle. Great space.
Lovely space. Yeah. Anyone else want to just?
Hi, Sally.
Hey, Christine.
Hi there. I started off by realizing I'd got a blockage just under my big toe on the left foot, but it went straight away once I actually focused on magenta energy and electric blue, cobalt blue energy, and that just disappeared straight away, which was beautiful. I did feel all the energy permeating into all the cells, into all the DNA of the body. As the mountains, I did struggle a little bit on the relationship bit, I must admit. It did come into force, but as I said before in the comment, I think it's because I am letting go of past relationships and realising they were an experience, they were all a beautiful experience, and I've not got to be judgmental about them. I've got to totally let go of and utilise it as an experience. And it's not part of the baggage to take forward with me now. but looking over the mountains, it was just so pure and clear and so energetic, and the experience which I have done before was very much the infinity symbol and the symbol of 8, heart to heart, more on a cosmic level, I would say, than a physical human level.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. It was beautiful.
Pleasure. Some of it is tantric work, so it's unusual.
I got quite turned on.
You would. Good. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, whoever gets to see the two sides of themselves making love the way that you want to, you know. But the techniques some of it is tantra. So and I've been practicing, I guess at this point I am a tantrika, but I've been practicing tantric method for I guess 9 months now, and doing all the visualizations and the breath work and this and that. And some of it is not sexy because it's so technical that you've got to get little pieces going, but then it's just being in touch. So my feminine side is so different than my masculine side. Did you pick up on that? Was that a difference for anybody? Yeah?
Yeah, I'll share, Sally.
Yeah.
I'm tripping a little bit right now because I had a very strong visualization, first of all, for the feminine masculine, but I woke up this morning with something on my mind that I need to let go of. It's actually something you and I've talked about, that program that I never enrolled in and never got reimbursed for. So that was on my mind to let go of today. And so I think that this meditation was just perfect and exactly what I needed. It was very healing. But when we were going through the visualization of the feminine masculine, my masculine was a solid ball of light, like white golden light. And then my feminine was this wispy, ethereal, gray blue, like swirling. And when you had us combine them into silver and gold, I was really tripping out. I'm like, whoa, that's like exactly what I was visualizing. So it was really powerful and balancing. Thank you.
Oh,
and
great.
healing.
No,
Yeah.
good to know. I mean, and I've seen Tina said the sadness is gone. Great. Because this is how powerful this stuff is. Energy, energy, energy. A lot of the work I do is always with frequencies and shifting your frequencies so that, you know, a lot of I use it towards business goals because, you know, I merge all of that. And it makes me, in my own life, able to handle the biggest challenges that I go towards. You know, it's like I just change frequency. It's like, okay, I need to be this. I need to be, you know, at a different level with something. So I change frequency. I never know where we're going to go in these. Incidentally, I just do my grounding before I come on and guidance systems. But I felt something really empty for me today, which was amazing. Anybody else?
Yeah, that empty felt good.
Totally. Yeah. So Patty checked out. Well, you were still there. I could see you because you kept your your visual on. Do you know when you checked out?
I just had, I was in the meditation with you. I just was completely not, it was a complete unconscious experience for me, which is rare because I usually follow through completely on a meditation. So when you said rub your hands together, it took the second time before, and I was sitting, but it took the second time for me to rub my hands and actually come back. So I was just, it was just a journey that I feels like my subconscious just went on and took care of whatever needed to be taken care of. It was different for me, definitely. Very relaxing, but just completely different than, you know, usually I get to enjoy all the visuals and I go through all the experiences, you know, there's a connection in the conscious, but this was very different.
Yeah,
it was a surrender, really.
There's a lot of times people, I don't conk out very much either. So I'm really present with a lot of spiritual work. But the times that I do conk out, I know that it's gone so deep. And that's true for anybody I work with. It's like, it's always going in. You're just in a very deep state of receiving, you know, so
yeah,
it'll be a good moon.
Seems
And
right.
all of you
Thank
get
you, Sal.
pleasure. You know, I saw it last night actually, and I was thinking it was after we'd done the sole reason you're here at the end of that. And I just looked up and it was just the most beautiful, very feminine moon actually, you know, as if they aren't all, they are. But there was just something that was really, woo, you know, super femme going on last night with the moon. So feed those intentions to get to, excuse me, that level you need to do quite a bit more work right now, or shall we say work? It's not work, it's the work with a capital W, you know, because we are in a weird, weird time. We're in something that's surreal, you know. When I went out for my walk today and just seeing these people who are all in masks and all, you know, 2 meters apart, standing in queues for shops, it's completely bizarre. If I'm in my house, it doesn't occur as bizarre at all. You know, it's like the inside here is normal. I have a garden, it looks beautiful. The weather has been amazing in England recently, so it hasn't been sort of, you know, added to Corona with rain or anything. But when I go out, it's like one of those sci-fi movies, you know? So we are going to have to handle our energy a lot right now. But if you can be the grounding force, as I was saying on the weekend, this storm is meant to be here. It's the pause. It's super weird. There's not going to be anything that makes us unite as humans to stop, right? Nothing. This has got a slight energy of fear. Sadly, it wasn't us uniting over some love vibe, right? We could have done that. Instead, humanity has needed a kick up its ancient ass to stop. And so some of us are going to find it very disconcerting along the pathway. And all this kind of work is just going to ease those edges, and you just look from moon to moon, start to work with the cycles. You know, it helps so much during times like this, because I was thinking today, okay, we're sort of early April. Does that mean we've got 2 more months of confinement? I don't know. I was just in this, like, I'm trying to figure it out. And we can't figure it out at all. We cannot figure this thing out. So I'm going back to this ancient system where I'm like, okay, I can figure out that it's a full moon, and that now we're going to go on to that waning phase, down to the new moon, and then restart and reboot again. So that's how I'm keeping track. It's ancient, it's indigenous, it's very connected with ancient teachings, ancient peoples, shamanic, pre-religion, right? It's that rhythm of nature. So that's our friend right now. And whenever you feel like you're building up to the world is a sci-fi movie, just go to your nature spot, allow yourself to release the tension, and then just come back to high frequency, because that will cause the storm to be shorter. This one we're in right now. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And it's such a pleasure for me to see everybody on this level. Sending you so much love. Tell everybody you know that you love them. Reach out. Love, 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 love. I love you all. Yeah, Laura's saying a lot of love is coming out of this. Oh, houses are putting cuddly toys in the windows for children on walks. That's so nice. Yeah. And sending you so much love. And I'll see you in a month. Namaste. So much love.